Hi ladies, I am here with a video to show you how I made the flower on this box, and it's kind of hard to see because I put a bottle cap over it, but it is just a small fabric flower. So I'm going to show you really quick, simple, easy to make. The first thing you'll need is, and of course I have it in the drawer, so let me get it. The first thing you're going to need is the Tim Holtz Alteration die, and it's the Tattered Florals. You could also use any other flower die you have, and you're basically going to want to make a flower shape similar to this. So anything you have that's like that would work. You're also going to need something to put on the back, whether it's a piece of felt or just a piece. I just have a piece of chipboard here, just a circle cut out of it. You're going to need something for the middle, and then you're going to need about, I'd say about 8 layers or so of fabric and tulle flowers. So here I have them kind of push up to the top. Let me move them down. I've got fabric flowers of different colors, and then I have this, and this is actually, let me see if I can show you. This is actually a flower cut out of the like the netting, the lace netting that I have, and I found this at one of my estate sales. And it's just kind of like a stiff netting, and I love it. I had a ton of it. I've been sharing it with friends, but I still have a lot of it. So I'm going to use it. But of course, if you don't have something like this, you can use tulle, you can use regular netting, or just something really, really sheer to go with your flower. The first thing you're going to do is come up with a base layer, and this works great with canvas. I don't have any canvas, so I wasn't able to do this, but this works wonderful with canvas. And oh, and I forgot to mention, you'll just need something for the center. It can be a pearl, it can be an old earring, anything really. And then this works best with a glue gun because it's easy and quick to set. So I'm going to glue my first layer, and I'm going to have my first layer be the darkest, which is the black. And I did just take this pink fabric that I had, and I just used the Raven Glimmer Mist on it. And I'm just going to adhere it to the back here, and that just makes it kind of sturdy. And the rest of this flower is really simple. All you do is you alternate between the colors that you want. So like if you want, maybe you want a golden layer on the bottom. What I'm going to do is take this, and I'm actually going to fold it in half, and I'm going to try to position the petals so that they're not sitting flush. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of glue so it'll hold that, and it'll hold it closed here. And see how I tried to alternate the petals so they were not sitting flush. And then what you're going to do is glue that onto your flower with a base that you already have set. And then you're going to do the same thing with another petal that you have. So again, you're just going to put a little tiny bit of glue. You're going to fold it so that your petals are not sitting flush. And then you're going to glue it to your base. And one of the things I like about this flower is it's really simple, and it just turns out cute. And now I'm going to take my dark pink, and I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of putting them side by side here, I'm going to put them top and bottom here. So same thing, put a tiny bit of glue, and that's just going to hold the petal closed. I'm going to make sure I alternate those petals. Put a little bit of glue on the back, and then glue it down. And then the same thing with this petal. Okay, so there you have a good base for your flower. And the next step I'm going to do now is, even though I think I want to use this color on the top, now I'm going to bring in some of my lace flowers here. And this one is a little trickier, especially if you're using some kind of netting or tulle. Not necessarily trickier, but more dangerous, I guess, because the glue is going to come right through it. I found these things the other day. Let me see if I can get to it without shaking the camera around too much. But I found these at Michael's. I'm sure you guys have seen them, and they're just little finger protectors for when you're using hot glue. And I found them, like I said, at Michael's. They were on the end of one of the aisles, and I think they were like, let me move my camera. I think they were like $4.99, which to me is worth it. So I don't accidentally cuss on the video camera. So then I'm just going to, and again I'm going to alternate. So before I went, this way, and I'm going to go the opposite way now. So I folded it, and now I'm just going to press it down. And I didn't bother doing 2 different parts of gluing on this because since it's netting, it's just going to go right through. So you really only need 1 dab of glue. And I'm going to do that again with another layer. And you just put some glue on the flower here, and then when I press down, it'll press down both layers of the flower since it's the netting. So really it's really simple steps, easy to do. The work, a lot of the work's done for you because all of your shapes, your flower shapes are already cut out from a die. Now if you have the cricket or the silhouette or something, this would work with really any flower shape. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put since this is going to be kind of the last part, I'm going to put just a regular flower. I'm not going to fold it, just a regular flower in the center. And I'm going to put a little dab of glue. And notice that I am putting a tiny bit because we're going to fluff up the edges at the end, so if you put too much glue, it'll be too flat. And then I'm going to put 1 more layer of the tulle. And whenever I set down different layers, I make sure that the petals are not sitting flush, that they're alternating. And your last step is really to decide what you're going to put in the middle. So you can put like a little button or a little old earring. You could even put just a little pearl, which I might do. Let's see. I don't know, that looks a little too plain. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to use a pearl, but you can use anything. I might put a little pearl trim actually around that pearl to make it look a little prettier. Okay, so now you have the base of your flower, and what you're going to do now is just kind of, flowers are stuck to me. You're just going to kind of fluff up the edges, and you just kind of, with your hands, just kind of crinkle. And I like to crinkle and, hold it up. If you're going to spray this with any kind of mist, any kind of glimmer mist, I would recommend doing the layers first. You can do like a light layer now, of course. I sprayed a couple of them before this and then let them dry completely. I know with paper flowers sometimes you don't want them to be dry yet when you work with them, but with the fabric, yeah, you do want it dry. So you're just going to scrunch it up until you get, kind of the desired look, and it turns out something like that. It's really cute, simple to make, and it's a good way, especially if you have scraps of fabric like I do, it's a great way to use it up. And this will work with, like a stiff tulle, or, if you have netting, that's great. Canvas works really well, especially for the bottom layers of these. And you can make these a little bit thicker if you want. You can also add a smaller petal in the middle, but, really quick, simple, and easy flower to make to coordinate for your projects. And that was the flower I had on the box I showed earlier. I just ended up sticking a bottle cap on top of it. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please ask below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching, ladies. Bye!